Hello friends, and welcome back to Lemon Tree Corner. If you don't know me, my name is Heather and I run a small handmade business called Lemon Tree Corner where I make purses and bags and project bags for makers like you. Welcome back to the studio. This week's going to be a little bit different. I'm kind of putting my creative projects on hold to clean out my craft room, which is also doubling as my closet. So I'm going to be brutal this week, try on everything in my closet, and donate a significant portion of it to charity because things don't fit me anymore. And also with the pandemic, there's just things I haven't worn for 2 years, things that I don't feel comfortable with wearing. And I wind up going to the closet and picking the same 5 shirts every time I wear a shirt. So I'm going to go through all of that and just clean it out and make room for other things. So I ordered a few new pieces of clothing that I'm going to try out, and also just cleaning it out and making room for things like my scrapbook rolly carts that could fit in the closet technically, and room for other things. Under my sewing table I have tons and tons of scrapbook supplies, fusible foam, like all of those type of things for bag making supplies. And now I've been collecting yarn for different projects. So I've got yarn. I've also got my Christmas in July box full of stuff for that we're going to make an advent calendar and ornaments out of felt. I already have the supplies for all that sitting under my sewing table. So I'd like to have a little more room in there and just clean it up. So that's pretty much my week. This week I bought some vacuum bags. Gonna vacuum seal some of the things that I don't use very often and store those smaller and smarter so that I can get them out when I switch from winter to spring wardrobe and that kind of thing. And also this week, the creative thing I get to do, besides the coloring, I'm going to continue on the yoga animal coloring book and take you along with that, and also the Annie Christmas stripe blanket. I should be able to get that done this week because I won't be doing any sewing. All my sewing surfaces will be taken up and packed away. So I'm going to try and get back to the Annie Moroccan blanket. I kind of put that one in timeout for a while, and it's about time to pick it up and continue on. And pretty much done the hardest part of just making that first triangle and getting it right. And once I do that and I understand the concept of what I'm doing, I can do the other 3 sides, the other 3 triangles on the other side of the square. So we'll be doing that. And then it's also Mother's Day this weekend, so I'll be taking my mom out, my sister, and my niece. We're all going to go out to lunch, and then we were trying to find something fun to do, like a sip and paint kind of thing. But we actually went to our old standard, which is pottery painting. So we booked some studio time at the pottery painting place. It's 2 hours, so we better be prepared with what we're going to do. But I'll take you along with that. I don't know what I'm going to pick. I usually like to pick something useful, like a spoon rest or like a sponge holder. My favorite thing that I made was a frog sponge holder, but I didn't need a sponge holder like for the kitchen sponge, so I put it in the bathroom, and I have all the Q-tips. All the Q-tips are in his mouth. So that's my favorite thing I've made. I try and make something useful just because it's a piece of pottery, and otherwise it just sits around and collects dust. So a spoon rest would be good because I use those quite a bit, or maybe like a little tea, a thing to put your tea bag in. Those are always good. So I'll just think about it. I'll have to look on Pinterest and find some artsy things that I could do with it. The frog was nice too because it wasn't a lot of thought. It was a frog already. I didn't have to paint anything on it. I just had to pick colors for what I wanted my frog to look like. So that was pretty easy. And I think that's about it. So we'll get started on cleaning up and vacuum packing all my stuff and start out there. One thing I'd like to say is we've gotten lots of views on the channel, which is great. I love it. And I'd love it if you'd hit the like button. And if you like these videos and you're interested in creativity and mindfulness and crafts, I'd love it if you'd hit the subscribe button. And that introduces me to more like-minded people like you, so we can grow this channel together and have more people here as part of the conversation. Okay, time for some spring cleaning. Let's get to work. Okay, here's where we are so far. I went ahead and took a lot of stuff out of the room. Everything in this pile needs to be put with my someday I will wear or use clothes. And then just getting everything else out of the room. Another thing I did was I decided if we're doing the whole closet thing, let's just take everything out of the room and go ahead and do a deep clean of the room. So I took out anything that might get dust on it and put it here. We put up the card table. We got a bunch of stuff under the card table. And then I've got all the bags that were on the chair rail in my sewing room over here. These are all bags that I like, that I'm going to be using, things that I've tried to make that I wouldn't want to sell, and there's something wrong with each of them, but I'm happy to use them. And then we have a box full of bags that I've either made or bought that I want to keep, but they're getting kind of musty, so I'm going to have to wash all of these. I also have a whole stack of the purses that I'm going to keep. I went through and pared them down. This is one of my favorite ones. It's a Bungalow 360 bag. It's pretty much just the size I want that fits under your arm. Kind of what I would call a Gilmore Girls purse, because Lorelai wore bags like this all the time in the show. And I do have an extra one of this, so what I might do is tear this apart and make it into pattern pieces. All I would have to do is seam rip it and make it into pattern pieces, and then I would have an actual pattern for this bag, which I haven't been able to find another bag that looks like this. And then I've got a bunch of Vera Bradley bags that kind of are the size that I want, but aren't quite working for me. There's this one, which is a very good size. I don't know, I hate the adjustable straps because one strap always falls off my shoulder. So that's the problem with that one. This one's cute, but it's a little narrow at the top, so it doesn't work for like a full-size wallet. This one's cute too. It's a Bungalow 365 bag, but it's got this flap, and then you have a zipper, and it's kind of nice to put your phone in one of these pockets. But the flap just kind of makes it hard to operate. And that might be something where I can take that off. Oh, what happened here? Uh-oh. There was either something already stained on it or something stained when I washed it. That's not good. Okay, so maybe I won't be using that one. Maybe I'll be donating that one. Here's another one that I love. It's called an Angry Girl purse. I love it. It's kind of worn, you can tell by the handles, but it's a little too big for me. It's a bigger purse than I need. And these bulky pockets on the side, I'm wondering if I can just seam rip these off and if it would look any good, because the rest of the purse is all in really good condition. So those are the ones that I'm planning on keeping. I've washed them twice. They still smell a little musty, so I'm not sure what to do about that. This is my wind chime rattling here. So we've got petticoat number 1 and petticoat number 2, which are going to have to be shrink wrapped, vacuum packed. I also have my 2, I don't know if you can see them here, my 2 Irish dance dresses, because from when I was a kid I was doing competitive Irish dance. And this is embroidery that my mom did, and she really stepped up her embroidery game to make this. So She started off not knowing anything about embroidery and actually took the time to make these dresses. So I love these dresses and something I definitely want to preserve. And then we have this. I can't really move this one. They're taped onto the thing for some reason. My husband did that. So here's the cape of one of them, which she embroidered. And I picked out all of the embroidery patterns, except for the green one was our class dress. So those all matched for our group numbers. And you can see it's got damage on it, so not the best thing. And I want to keep them and preserve them, just not sure how to do that. And then all of this embroidery that she did on the front of my solo dress. So just some beautiful work, and obviously the lace is coming off. So I'd like to possibly clean those. I don't know if I can get them dry cleaned at this point, because there is a lot going on here. A lot of delicate stuff that might not survive dry cleaning, or if I should just put it in the sink and do a little something to it. I'm really not sure at this point. So that's where I'm at with that. I also have a whole box full of clothes that were sometime in the future I will fit into these. And so I'm going to take them out of the box and vacuum pack them. And the rest is just like, you'll see I took everything off the shelves. I'm going to go ahead and dust and clean the shelves up there, but that's my chair rail where I keep all of my Joanne sewing baskets and my hat baskets, and I usually have all my purses on display up here. And then my lemon tree corner sign, and all of this is fine. It's all protected, so everything in a Tupperware is protected. I think I'm just gonna put some tarping up over the shelves. They are open in the back, but I don't see them getting super dusty in here, so I'll do that. And then I went ahead and put fabric scraps into a bag to protect them. And I got my closet all organized, so that's good. A lot less stuff, even though I did keep a lot. And then I have some fancy dresses that I ordered that I'm gonna go ahead and keep in here, and my 50s dresses with the polka dots. I'm gonna go ahead and keep in here. They're cotton. I forgot that they were all basically cotton dresses. So I'm just gonna put the petticoats in a vacuum bag and leave these here because I have plenty of room after moving everything around. But I got all my sleeveless tops front and center here. They were buried for a while. Move those in for the warmer weather. And then I've just got a bunch of shoes. A bunch of shoes I don't wear. I don't necessarily want to get rid of them. I don't really wear heels. A lot of these heels were for the swing dancing. Yeah, and I don't know if I really need to keep these or not. So that's another thing I could just be totally ruthless with. So we'll see. I got a few more days. They're coming to our neighborhood to pick up donations on Monday, and it's Saturday, so we'll see how far I get. I should probably just go through and get rid of the shoes I know I'm never going to wear again and call it a day. But I kind of like having them for when I go out to dinner with my husband or we do something fancy. So I've been keeping them for that. And the dogs don't know what's about to hit them. There we got Lucy. See if I can zoom in for you. Here, there we go. We got Lucy and Oreo. Yeah, they have no clue what's coming in a few minutes. I'm gonna take over the ottoman and get stuff vacuum packed.
feel it in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right and make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. Things turn around, didn't ever think they could. I'm done with the bad, I need a little bit of good. Settled in the world, like everything is new. Stepped on a path that led me straight to you. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should.
When I saw you over there, I wasn't sure. Now I'm feeling something I haven't before. Look at us now dancing now, skin to skin. If you keep this up, then I'll let you in, 'cause you have a way with me like no one else. Yeah, you almost make me fall in love. Yeah, you got me hypnotized under your spell. I know I'll go home with you tonight. Oh, wanna get you closer to my body. Wanna feel your hands all over me. Gotta make 'em jealous, everybody.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further, away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries, we'll make our own way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd, just you and me together. It will all seem better outside, just us in the sky. I will go wherever, I'll be yours forever. Are we part of this circus? Is it innate? Feels like a heavy burden, but I can't relate. Do our actions even matter? Or is this our fate? At least now I'm feeling better, I know I'm here to stay. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd, just you and me together. It will all seem better outside, just us in the sky. I will go wherever, I'll be yours forever. I was lost or I was found.
Hey guys, welcome to my vlog.
Shedding tears or extremely happy. Got no one to stick around. Once my heart was in pieces, I told myself that was what I needed. The more I felt drowning in doubt, needed to see a way out somehow.
Hey everyone! So I got a lot more done this week than I thought I was going to. I pretty much figured tearing apart the craft room was going to destroy any chance for creativity this week, and I was just going to be cleaning stuff up, but I managed to find some creative moments in there. Anyway, so let me show you the progress I made on the Annie's Christmas stripe blanket. I've gotten pretty far. I went ahead and did the red stripe, and now I'm on to the green stripe. And the green stripe doesn't take that long, so I think it's looking pretty good. Definitely had enough yarn. I'm worried right here about the edge. It looks like it's going inwards. I don't know if that's just blocking wise, if that's going to come out in the wash or not. But it's a blanket for me, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. There's also going to be a border all the way around the outside of the blanket, so I don't think it's going to matter all that much. Managed to get everything packed up as you saw, and I'll put in a photo of the donations that were out on the curb to be picked up. So we had, I think, 4 bags full of my clothes, a box with stuff for my husband, and then also the 2 rolly carts that I'm going to donate. So we managed to get a lot of stuff out of the house, which is really good. And had a little time to work on the coloring page. So that's as far as I got. Pretty much just got the rest of the leaves done down there. So still have the 2 animals to do. It was nice. I put on my audiobook that I'm listening to right now, which is The English Patient, and just like lost track of time. My husband had to remind me that we had water aerobics to go to, because I totally didn't know what time it was. I was so engrossed in coloring. We also managed to tear apart that one purse. So I have all the pieces now that I can make pattern pieces out of. I'm just gonna iron them and flatten them out and trace over everything with paper, so I have that. The only problem is that as I was tearing it apart, it wasn't clear how it was put together. So I'll have to experiment with that and see if I can figure out how it was put together. And then the last thing, as you saw, we had a really fun Mother's Day with my mother and my sister and my niece. My niece helped me out with some filming. It was very funny. So we did the pottery. It took me a long time to pick out my piece. I couldn't decide on what I wanted to do. Good thing we were able to get in there early, because otherwise my whole 2 hours would have been spent picking out a piece. So those have to be kiln fired and then picked up in like a week. So when I get my finished product back, I will share that with you as well. But a really fun time with my family, and yeah, it was a very nice week. So a lot more creative than I thought it was going to be, and something I want to talk to you guys about next week is the creative process. You know, we're so conditioned to make a product, finish a product, that we forget that the creative process is a whole process from start to finish, and finishing the end product is just one piece of that creativity. So we'll talk about that next week. That's something I'd like to explore with you. And as always, if you have liked the video, please hit the like button, and please consider subscribing. If you've watched more than one of these videos, then you're my audience, and I would love to have you subscribe, find out more, and then find out when the next video hits. So that would be great to have you along with my journey here. So I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead, and fun creative times, and just letting go of the finished product and enjoying the creative process. I'll see you next week. Bye.